Heartache tonight across the state and especially on the western slope. A volunteer firefighter and CDOT employee killed after being hit by a front-end loader. Good evening and thanks for watching Denver 7. I'm Jacqueline Allen. And I'm Tom Mustin. Glad you're with us tonight. It's the second time in 1 week that someone dedicated to making Colorado safer has lost his life on the job. Denver 7's Lance Hernandez joining us with how fellow volunteers are taking this tonight. Lance.
Eric Hill was born and raised in Gypsum out in Eagle County. A fire department volunteer told me that if anybody needed anything, Eric was right there. Yesterday, Eric needed them.
Got a 50-year-old male, not conscious and not breathing, that was hit by a loader.
First responders were left shaken after learning that Eric Hill, a CDOT maintenance worker who was working on the north frontage road of I-70 near Dot Cerro, was killed yesterday after getting run over by a front-end loader. The victim was also a volunteer with the Gypsum Fire Protection District.
I know the crew that went and responded to that call is struggling, but I also know that I think they were glad they could be there with him in that time of need, as terrible as it was.
Jennifer Kirkland says Hill was her mentor at the fire department, where he'd been a volunteer for 19 years.
He was a hazmat technician. He was a ice rescue technician, river rescue, any kind of rescue you could think about. He was it, but he was always thinking of safety and making sure that others were safe, which is one reason that this loss is so tragic and ironic.
Investigators say both the loader and the victim were in the roadway when the mishap occurred.
We dispatched our vehicular crimes unit to do a more thorough investigation of the incident.
The CDOT fatality happening 3 days after a state trooper was killed on I-76 near Roggen. Corporal Daniel Groves was hit by another car while he was trying to help another driver whose vehicle had slid off the highway.
It is obviously, has been a tough week, not only for us at State Patrol, but also for CDOT.
Mr. Hill is being remembered as someone who was not afraid to say what was on his mind.
He always wanted to make sure that people could be the best that they could be, and whatever he could do to help them, he would do that.
There has been an outpouring of support for Hill's family and for his work families at CDOT and Gypsum Fire.
Now, Eric Hill has a wife and 3 children. 2 of them are grown, 1 a bit younger. He also has a granddaughter and a granddaughter on the way. And Jacqueline will have a link to a GoFundMe account to help the family on our website momentarily. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Lance. Our hearts go out to that family. And as Lance mentioned, this is the second first responder we have lost in the last week. Funeral services will be held Thursday for Colorado State Patrol Corporal Daniel Groves. He was hit and killed in the middle of Wednesday's blizzard while trying to help a stranded driver. Investigators believe the man who hit Groves may have been going too fast in the snow and ice, but as of tonight, no charges have been filed.